So what's our topic tonight? The evolution of Martin Luther King's political ideas and his inevitable assassination. I would submit that we have to shift from the celebration of Dr. King's birthday to his death day. But what I'm saying is that it's not a major issue of a young African born in Atlanta in 1925 to a middle-class family. There's nothing disturbing about that. There's nothing unusual about that. But when you shift your gaze from the birth of a humble black giant in 1929 in Atlanta to his assassination in the Lorraine Motel in Atlanta, then that's a different kind of focus. It's an uncomfortable scenery to look at Martin Luther King lying in a pool of his own blood, being eliminated by an assassin. So I'm saying that we have to shift the celebration of his birthday to his death day. And I'm sure Christians can recognize the importance of this because, you know, Jesus being born, in humble beginnings in a stable means nothing if it wasn't for his death on a tree. And so the significance of Jesus' birth only has relevance because of how he died. So I'm saying the same is true for Dr. Martin Luther King. We have to shift the focus from the celebration, the sentimental celebration of his birthday, to the uncomfortable scene of his death in Atlanta. So this is the fundamental thing that we have to do to be able to understand this man, Dr. King. But one of the major problems with understanding the giant thinker, the revolutionary Dr. King, is the fact that his legacy has been systematically distorted. We have people who have, in a very calculated way, remade Martin Luther King's image into a comfortable image. And so we have book after book being printed about Martin Luther King, which distorts the emphasis of Dr. King, which distort his social criticism. Martin Luther King had that clarity of thought. Martin Luther King was an advanced social thinker. But we don't get any idea of the magnitude of his thought because of the books which distort his legacy. We have Europeans who did not participate in the movement, but who nevertheless make countless thousands of dollars off of the black freedom struggle in the 60s and 70s. You have a European who, in fact, got a Pulitzer Prize in writing this book, Bearing the Cross. Martin Bernal. Well, he's another European we should be careful about. But this is David Garrow. And David Garrow is somebody who distorts the record. He distorts the emphasis that we would place on King's importance. So he has us dealing with non-issues. And what are two of the non-issues, or two of the issues that have come up concerning Dr. King in the last 2 years? Help me out.
Sexual exploits.
His sexual exploits is one, and secondly is the plagiarism. Right. Those are the two issues which have nothing to do with the importance of Dr. King. But you have Europeans who are distorting the record. But we don't know the magnitude of the distortions because we haven't gone to his text. We haven't gone to his writings. We haven't gone to the archives. We haven't gone to the documents. We haven't looked at his press conferences. We haven't looked at his sermons. We haven't looked at his letters. We haven't looked at his conversations with his board members. But when we look at this set of data, we get a whole new image of King. And so this European is very dangerous in terms of him distorting the record. I can show that this European, and I know that he knows because I used some of his footnotes to go back to the original sources. And when I went back to the original sources, I was struck at what he left out. He gave deliberate, inaccurate summaries of the emphasis that Martin Luther King placed on his speeches. But here you have a almost 800-page book. I mean, so who among us would question the thoroughness of the book when it's so extensive? And when you look at one of the footnotes in the book, he's got 10 or 12 speeches to refer to. But those speeches emphasize something very different from what this European has to say. He's one of the ones who can help to control information about Dr. King. he's got a Pulitzer Prize now. He played no role in the black liberation movement of the 60s and 70s.